RBs. Look, RBs. I gave y'all a B. I know y'all need more work. Y'all need more work. Y'all want more work, okay? And y'all need to be rewarded because y'all guys are good, okay? CEH got that one ball, got the first down, which we needed, and that was big too. That was huge. We needed to see something like that. Keep the drive going, sustain the drive. So hats off to CEH, fitting himself into the groove of doing some things. Same thing with Jet. We know with Kenneth, is always the guy that we can always rely on. And Pacheco, that sucker takeoff running, man, hitting hard. Feed Pacheco the football. Give him the ball. Give Tim the ball. That's what I'm about. So need to see more of that, man. But I'm going to give him a B. I know they wanted to do more, but we got to give the balls in the hands of the playmakers. We have to, okay? Those guys are playmakers, every single one of them.
Every week we talk about rhythm as far as getting running back the ball to get in a rhythm. One carry in the first half on the first play. You don't hear from him again until the second half where he has 11 carries in the second half.
Right.
Ridiculous that the offense is that they did that. They went away from the run like that right out the gate.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. And the thing is, when you got to establish this game, it's established from guys early, okay? Make them be a part of what you do. So teams do absolutely have to honor what they do back there, okay? Their weapon, utilize them, okay?
Are you concerned with the lack of usage McKinnon's getting as far as getting touches? I mean, he's not really getting – I mean, I think it was, week 4, week 5 where he started to get, more acclimated to the offense last year. I mean, all the receiving touchdowns he had. But, I'm kind of surprised at the lack of touches. I mean, I drafted him late in some of my fantasy leagues, and he might be cuttable at some point here.
You know what? They're going to look at it. Like I said, it's still early, and they know he's always there. Hey, man, just wait. Believe me, you're gonna get your time, okay? And so I like to see them utilize him right, of course, right now, but he'll get it. He'll get it. I think we still, like you said, getting into a rhythm. I think we're still trying to understand, just the whole the rhythm of everything. I guess we're trying to get into a pulse, a sequence of doing things and sustaining drives. A lot of drive killers were those penalties, and so it's hard when you're 3rd and 24 and 3rd and 18, and that's tough. That's tough. Takes you out of the red zone, takes you out of scoring position. That's demoralizing to an offense. So yeah, man, we got to do a much better job.
What would you give you hinted at it? What would you give the offensive play calling? That's the big hot topic right now, the play calling. What would you give the play calling? Man,
probably a C. I'm a very generous C plus C. A C. I when they was in rhythm, you could see it. Like I said, the penalties cost a lot, and it kind of puts you in a position like there's certain calls you can only make, right? Run a screen, get some yards, maybe sprint draw, maybe some things like it, maybe a couple deep passes. But then when you got it, you got to make sure you put these guys in the right position. I don't like just running the ball twice in the one half. That to me, who's watching the count like, man, geez, what's going on? We're not understanding. We're not moving the football. Sometimes we got to get these guys going. And I think any of them recognize that. I think they understand that, they probably need to do that. I'm sure that they're having that conversation in the coaches meeting. Okay. But getting some more reps, getting him going early. All right. Because you don't want to continue just passing the football all the time. Because it puts everybody else in jeopardy. The O-line becomes soft, what they're doing, and the catching guys not coming off the football. But also, too, Patrick in himself, right? Like, let him hand it off. Don't always put it on his shoulders. Let him get a break. Let him see some things. Open some lanes for these guys, for the wide receivers. And so when you're trying to run RPO, well, they know they ain't going to give it. So you can put 6 in the box and know they're going to pass the football, right? Because that's the rules of RPO. So, they don't like, hey, we just sit back here in these lanes because we know they ain't going to give the ball off. So what's the point of him running RPO? You ain't fooling nobody, right? Run pass option. Run the football, okay? Let's not RPO. Let's just run it down their throats. How about we do that? Okay?
Yeah.
So.
One carry at halftime for Pacheco, and Mahomes was our leading rusher. Had the most amount of carries going into halftime, and then obviously 11 carries. It just makes no sense to me because we talked about it on our betting show last Friday that take Pacheco's carries, and that you were sweating that one. I think we said 8.5 or 7.5 was his carries, his total, and then he ended up getting 12. But like the fact that like on the first play he gets a carry and then nothing after that, at that point, like, oh, wow, it's over. He's not gonna get it. But then he ended up getting 12 carries. But man, it's wild. It's inexcusable, really.
It is no excuse for it. And like I said, I'm sure they dissecting the film right now and they're saying like, look, we need to do a much better job of this, mixing it up, mixing it in.
Yeah.
And you're always looking from the offense's perspective of making sure that you're establishing guys early, like they were getting it out to the outside to Tony. Okay, just trying to out leverage the defense. We got to do the same thing with Pacheco, CEH, and McKinnon. So
yeah, I love that second drive after the quick 3-and-out. Second drive, we made it a point to get the ball to Tony. I would have liked to see it a little more throughout the game. I mean, that we kind of did it on that second drive, and then we didn't really hear from Tony ever again after that. Well, I think he did get a carry out of the backfield later on in the game. So,
right. I like the last two comments right there. M Banks for you, Coach EB was always sticking about the small things over and over. It is. It's the details. It's the small things. The small things take care of the big things. That's how that works. But you got to start with the small things first. Okay. And so when you got to revert back to like just running the football, something simple, inside zone and all those different things, and a couple of counters here and there. Everything else will work out for you. And so that's what you want the rhythm to be offensively. Okay, that's what you want it to be, and that's good. 12 for 70. What happens if we get 20 to 24? Hey, well, I love to see it. I love to see it.
Yeah, if you look at Pacheco's his numbers against Jacksonville all time, average yards per carry the first time you saw them, he had 5.1 yards a carry, 16 for 82. Then in the playoffs last year, 12 for 95, and then yesterday 12 for 70. So when a guy, I mean, he obviously has something to get Jacksonville. I mean, he can get it done with him on the ground. So like, I don't know why that wasn't just like continue pounding with him, and that's we did in the second half, and that's what opened up everything for us. But hopefully, like you said, like you said, we get into a rhythm now.
Get into rhythm, and it helps the O-line get into a rhythm. It helps them out tremendously when you run the football. It does, and so it makes their job easier because now these guys they're just not ears not peeled back. Running up the field. Okay, fine. They think it's a pass. Let them push them on up the field. Yeah. Have some lanes to run in. But help the O-line out. Help them out, man. That's huge. That is huge. The impact that it makes just for those guys up front.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, hopefully we'll get some cooking, and we're playing Chicago, who's down bad right now this coming weekend. So hopefully we can hopefully the offense can look right. The defense looks phenomenal. Hopefully the offense can match that on the other side, and wonderful things will happen.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.